I mean, like always, nothing new. What's good with you, Telly? What's happening? They always test those systems. They don't even work.
When the earthquake claim happened, did you get a message or an alert?
No.
I did.
You did?
Yeah, which was scary. I think I'd rather not fucking know there's an earthquake.
Don't alert me.
Cause then I'm gonna start panicking before
You're crazy. Scheme Loco, Hormiga up in the house. What's good with you, my boy? What's cracking lacking? Seen the battle earlier today on the Friends. How many of us have them? Let's be friends. Houdini. Ain't even no sugar in there, he says. Dark Legend up in the building. What's good with you? Willing away? Handicap match. Hoot! Hoot! What's good with you, Negro? We're on that night owl hour. Where are my owls at? Woo! Woo! Imagine being from the night owls and then like when like they say that someone's dissing you and you're like, whoo! Whoo! It's the homie night owl. Hey, night owl, they're talking about you. Whoo! Whoo! I'll start cracking up if a homie were to do that. I'll be like, damn, this fool took his nickname seriously. Oh, Playboy 1300 up in the building. Oh, 831 up in the building. Are you gonna watch Canelo fight? Yeah, actually, now it caught my curiosity with that press conference. I ain't gonna lie, I thought it was gonna be like, but now seeing them actually throw putazos because that fool got a cut under his eye and Canelo was bleeding too, like he had a busted lip. So, normally that doesn't happen. So, I don't know if that was planned or whatever, but if it was, I mean, it worked. It got people's curiosity. Shit got mine. And for some reason, the Joker of next Friday came out. In your head? Hashtag weird, hashtag weird. It was weird, huh? Touching his dog? He was sick. Tell you something. Like, give me 2 tacos with beans and nopales. Damn, Telly, you a chef now, my boy? Let me find out. 626 up in the building. Whoo. It looks like a big one, no mames. Imagine how that shit would be crazy, huh? Yeah, if your homie was to do that. Who really took his nickname seriously. Canelo gonna catch a body for the raza. But ese gabachillo, that was cabrón too, though. You know what I mean? He's undefeated right now. Well, right now, you know what I mean? He's never fought no one like Canelo before, though. I'll tell you that much. He may be taller than Canelo, but
that little push sent him flying, though.
Oh, he did, huh? I'm telling you, that white boy, he's got a little bit of heart in him, man. That fool was like, Charles, I ain't gonna let no one talk to me like that. Hey, you heard Canelo trying to explain himself in English? Fuck, fool, that shit was crazy. I couldn't understand him. He was like, he would, like it's saying something, and I was like, no, it's, I'm just like, what?
Still thinking about it when it's over.
He's like, Canelo, my boy, you've been long enough in America, homie. Stop it. You know how to talk perfect English, homie. Trying to front. Yeah, he said something about his mom? How is that? I'm pretty sure Canelo probably understood wrong. From the sounds of it, it looked like Canelo might have not known what he was really saying. You know? Instead of mom, he probably said, like, I don't know, like, that he's a don. And Mom? Why'd you say my mom? What other stream I be seeing you in? You're a giant fan, right? What? Hey, what other streams I be seeing you in? Oh, you're a Giants fan, my boy? Hormiga? Giants and Ace? Órale. Dodgers all day, baby. You already know within Dodgers. Lakers. And Broncos. Even though I know people right here are going to disagree. They just because the Raiders won 2 games, yeah, ahora sí, pinche según Super Bowl champions, ahora sí, everyone's already, it's 2 games for these fools acting like if they won it all, like, all right, relax, guys. So it's 2 games, 2 games into the season. There is records that where they just end the season with 2 victories. Check out the BFD free at last on the next one. BFD. All right, that's the first time I heard of that name, BFD. Hey, but today the homies did their things though. They got down with those beats, man. That shit was, man. That's a whole lot of talent. I think more because I really like that beat. That Houdini Friends. That's a sick ass beat right there, homie. It's classic, dog. I think I seen you in the full. Just who's Rocha?
He's talking to somebody else.
Oh,
He's talking to the one that you interviewed.
okay. He just wanted to slap him. Ha! He just used an excuse. Hey, but he gave him a cut under his eye, and that fool busted Canelo's lips. So, esos güeyes son bravos. One Flint. Do you watch Lucha Libre though? The Mexican version of WWE. Yeah, of course. Yeah, La Parca, Octagon, Máscara Sangrada, Super Porky, Juventud Guerrero, all of them fools. Octagon's my favorite. That fool, La Parca Psychosis used to be chingon too. Yeah, those were the shit. Those luchadores son perros, eh? As a matter of fact, they wrestled over here a lot of times too. La Parca was over here. Eddie Guerrero comes from over there. Rey Mysterio, another one that comes from right there. Conan, remember Conan, the wannabe essay? That fool that came out of there. All the Chavo Guerrero, all of them fools were over there. Let's see. Oh, Mil Máscaras. That's another one. And that was a legend. Fudge the Dodgers. And Lakers. Oh, no, you didn't, my boy. Oh, hell no. You know that you might have a case like with the Dodgers, but my boy, you guys are too far behind in championships to even diss the Lakers, my boy. Nah, I can't hate on the Warriors. They're not constructed like that. Because I'm a big Klay Thompson fan, so I can't knock the Warriors. I like Klay Thompson, homie. He's supposed to be a Laker. He was born a Laker. Ask him. Ask Klay Thompson what's his favorite team. What is he gonna say? Ask him. If you see him in the chat, put Klay Thompson. What's your favorite NBA team? That fool's gonna say the Lakers, my boy, with no hesitation. Ask Klay Thompson who's his favorite team. Yeah, I think I seen you. You heard that? Yeah. I set him up. Let's jump in. Arriba las Chivas, compa. Pues claro, hijo. Ya sabes. Puro Jalisco, papá. I think that white guy said, motherfucker. And Canelo thought it meant Hey, serio, from what I was hearing Canelo explain himself, hey, I wouldn't doubt that that's what he thought, homie.
Wait, can you put this on?
I couldn't understand Canelo for shit. Put it where?
Just put it right there on that thing. Yeah.
I couldn't understand Canelo what the hell he was saying. Like he was coming, I like look at him in like la cara, and like motherfucker, eh? And I had drunk a lot of mustard, the bebida energía, mustard. While I was bumping el snudda. ¿El quién? El snudda. Oh, el snudda. Who's him? Is he new? El que dice, yen in use? Oh, yen? Isn't that like money in like China? That was el snudda. El snudda. Bumping yen and you. Like me and you? Me and you? No, Canelo. Did you ever see the drawing of the Aztec killing cholos and ripping out their hearts if they were scared though? Nah. Never seen that one. Who came out with that? Conan? Wait, what's that fool's name? What's his name? Conan? Yeah, it was, huh? He used to come out with long songs and pantuflas to wrestle. That fool swears. Daniel up in the building. So, oh, that's right. Ontario representing. You already know what's cracking. Shadow, did you watch AEW? Nah, I had to work. I'm a little. Oh, 626 is on that pina colada tonight. He said he's buzzing like a bee. Bzzz. No, because you're gonna mess up your other leg or your chin or whatever. Did you ever find those edibles? Nacho Libre. Oh, Jack Black. Hey, imagine that for a real wrestling. That was funny too.
Look, babe, look. The TV was black for like at least 3 minutes. So I'm assuming it's on their end, and he's like all fixing himself, thinking it's not ready yet. Look, you see?
Oh yeah. Hey, it's a good thing he's not doing nothing stupid.
Huh.
What's happening, homie? Oh, Jesus up in the building. What's good with you? My first live wrestling event was. Oh yeah, we they had them over here like in bodegas where you could just be tripping out and watching them for free. They had one right. They had a few in East LA and Bell. And those fools come like on the La Parca will be there. Several of them. And those little bodegas, you pay like $20 or some shit like that. That's just all crowded and shit. It looks like they're fighting roosters and shit, but then you go in there, you see the ring and everything. Not working tonight. Oh, you're off? Niners 5-time champ. Oh yeah, Niners are sick. Fool. That's what I'm saying. People sleep on the Niners. Like, what? Have you guys forgot who the Niners used to be? Right there. Well, my Broncos, are no lackeys either, but I'm saying, when it comes to basketball championships, I mean, it's kind of hard to argue with the Lakers' resume. And you know what's fucked up? Like, I actually like Monte Ellis. Like, it's messed up that he couldn't win a championship with the Warriors. I was actually a big fan of Monte Ellis, of Baron Davis, of like those two, but I guess him and Steph Curry, weren't able to make it work. Because Klay Thompson and Steph Curry managed to get online, quite fine, and so it had to be Monte. Because even when he went with the Bucks, he really didn't do nothing. His dad says the Lakers. No, well, because his dad was a Laker. But I mean, when they interviewed Klay Thompson, when they asked him, growing up, who was your favorite team? Like, what was your team? He said the Lakers, and he said Kobe was, the guy that he idolized, Kobe. So I was a big Kobe fan. Simon, Alisco, I say, ya sabes, papá. That sounded like Canelo. LSL, that fool said that he like who's he a fan of or who's he starstruck? That fool said Tiger Woods, my boy. No, they asked him like, "Wait, do you ever get starstruck?" And everything. He says, "Yeah, who? Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods? What the fuck?" That fool said if he could chill with any celebrity, that fool said he'll chill with Tiger Woods. What the hell? I ain't gonna lie, I was not expecting that. I was expecting, I don't know, that fool to say something else. But that fool said Tiger Woods. I was like, Tiger Woods? What the fuck? That fool says that Tiger Woods is the best athlete in the world. Se pasa de verga. That fool was on something. I'm starting to think he does take steroids now. Because that fool was tripping. Canelo was on Daddy Trejo. That fool said the Daddy Trejo beer. Hey, I did a live drinking that. It's pretty good. I ain't gonna lie. That Daddy Trejo. Hey, it was good. It was good that day I tried it. I ain't gonna lie. Daddy Trejo se inventó. I even said it in that live that I was thinking it was gonna seem like shit, but I was actually surprised. Like I was trying to be right there, like trying to see what got the fight going and everything, and I'm just like, ¿qué está diciendo ese güey? I couldn't understand him in Spanish nor in English. Fool was like somewhere in the middle. That fool was stuck in that one world where like you're transitioning to an American, but you're still stuck in your Mexican ways. You're just stuck in that middle line. He said, "You Snoop Dogg. He was drinking el mustard. Mustard. Like, no, mustard. No, that's why. That's mustard. No, la bebida energía. Oh, Monster. You're saying mustard, my boy. Mustard is what you put on a hot dog, homie. Imagine, hey, pásame la master. No, la bebida, güey. No, monster. Pues dilo bien, güey. Uh, likes the race one Flint. They do be fighting roosters. I know they do. Nah, no, but I mean, I mean over here. I mean over here they do it too, but I mean like in those bodegas. I seen those rooster fights with the fucking gallos. They les ponen navajas and shit, and it's like, ¿qué están mirando? Like desayuno. uh, what's down in Vicky's town? That's right, Kazoo. What's good with you? Trying low key throw shade at me. I did find them, homie. That's right. So see, it was worth your stitches. Eh? It would have been different if you wouldn't have found them. And that's because his dad played for the Lakers. Yeah, his dad's he was so. He was alright. He was alright. I watched his dad's game. He was okay. He was okay. It was really nothing special about his game. It was like he was their typical you know who he reminds me of? He reminds me of Tristan Thompson, the fool from the Cavs. That's kind of how his dad played. Every once in a while he'll make you a shot here and there. He mostly rebound, you know, some defense, a block occasionally every full blue moon. Yeah, but his dad was nothing special. Shit, he overlaps his dad's career already. You know what I mean? That motherfucker is like a scoring champion already. And I will say it right here. I think Klay Thompson is a better shooter than Steph Curry. I said it. So what? Sue me. It's true. Steph Curry. They put some defense on Steph Curry. Let me see if he can shoot the same. I will take Damian Lillard over Steph Curry any day. Klay Thompson's 50 times better than Steph Curry. Steph Curry's not even in my top 5 point guards, homie. I'll take the fool from the Atlanta Hawks over Steph Curry. Steph Curry, hey, just because he has some games where he makes a outrageous shot, randomly out of nowhere, like he's considered no, he's not. Because if he was look, a perfect example right here, Damian Lillard. When he doesn't have his squad, he still manages to get his teams into the playoffs and eliminate some good contenders, in there. When Steph Curry doesn't have nobody, when Klay Thompson was injured and Steph Curry was healthy, he wasn't able to get the Warriors not one victory. Yes, he finished the game with 50 points, but they still lost. He wasn't able to carry compared to, these other fools. They get all the points, but they managed to get their team to win. You know what I mean? So, Steph Curry is somebody that needs another, kind of like Kyrie. Kyrie needs another all-star there. If not, they can't do nothing. Elite greats like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, shit. I even think Klay Thompson. I think they could lead their team to a championship like solo bolo. You know what I mean? I think the Warriors are better off, if Klay Thompson running the team than Steph Curry. Steph Curry needs somebody because Klay Thompson could at least play you defense. You know what I mean? And you throw a defender on Klay Thompson and he'll still make the shot. You know what I mean? Steph Curry, he won't. He'll pass or he'll miss. The only reason why they see him chingon is because he could hit a basket from, half court. Like, that's impressive. It looks nice, and yeah, his numbers get him a lot of, but I mean, with no W, it's irrelevant. He plays golf? Oh, he plays golf? Damn, it's kind of hard to see Canelo playing golf right there. I ain't gonna lie. I see Canelo como es machista, como fuera a estar en una barra jugando barajas. Really? I collect crickets. That's the homie Grillo back there. At the holiday making the bread. That's right. Like money or you're a baker. Nah, puro pedo. That's right. Getting your Skrilla. No, they are. Oh, I thought they were stitches. All right. Okay, so it wasn't that bad. I was picturing like you needed stitches. I was like, oh, that fool got a mean ass gash. All right. It's still bad, but not that bad. Give my boy, that's right, Northern Califas. His dad was the number 1 pick back in. Yeah, I know he won with the Trailblazers, but that's what I mean though. Like he really didn't do much for neither team. Um, should the Mexican take back the Southwest? Though? What do you mean? Can you do a video on Lavar Ball and how people call him a bum that is trying to be successful through his kids? Yeah, you know what? As a matter of fact, I do honestly think that that's what he does. I honestly think that it's all about LeVar Ball. He uses his kids to live the life he never once had. You know what I mean? Because if you see him, how he brags about, oh, I used to play basketball and I was good, and you hear his stories or whatever. But like, I mean, if that's true, what you're saying, my boy, then you would have been relevant, but you're not. So could it have? And he's just one that like how he exaggerates on his kids when when the stats are saying differently, but he's not able to like accept that as a truth. Then you can see that he's lying about his career. So he's living it through his kids. You know what I mean? He likes all that attention. Le gusta. Like, damn, fool wants all the cameras, homie. Start a YouTube channel. Oh, Aslan. No, there's no proof that this is Aslan. Do I need to break down that video again right here in this live?
No.
It's not Aslan though. Curry and Thompson surpassed their dads. Oh, I know. Curry's dad, Bill Curry, he was alright. Well, he was better than Klay Thompson's dad. I'll tell you that much. At least Bill was able to give you like 13 points. Occasionally he'll go off for like 17 or something like that. But Michael Thompson only gave you like 8 points and like like 8 rebounds. I didn't get why they're investing that Gabby lady death more than. It's just because it's juicy. It's juicy gossip. It's just because it's a white boy that did it. Now he's wanted. You know what I mean? Because they let him go. Like he committed a murder and the Hura fucked up because they let my boy. If it would have been a black person or a Rasta fool, my boy, they wouldn't have not let us go. They would at least have squad cars parked in front of our houses. You know what I mean? Watching us. But since that fool's white, ¿sabes qué? It wasn't him. So they don't even need to keep their eyes on him because, I mean, he's white. What kind of a danger could he possibly, prove to be? Yeah, look at all the serial killers and look at all the killers that there is that are white people, and it's like, why do you think otherwise? Why do you see it otherwise? Why would you think that the culprit would rather be black or brown when, if anything, you guys have more murderers than us? Like, why do you see it differently? Like, why would you think that a black or a Hispanic will commit the murder more chances than a white person? You know what I mean? Like the way I see it, I see everybody the same, homie. Hey, I don't give a damn if he's Asian, Middle Eastern, black, white. Hey, nah. We think it's you, homie. I don't think that one is more capable than the other. Like, hey, all y'all motherfuckers are guilty in my eyes. we treat it like an even playing field right here, homie. As much trucha in the nighttime when I'm walking, I'll keep my eye on the white person as much as I'll do it on a black, Hispanic, or whatever, because you just never know. Ain't fooling me. Like, okay, ¿sabes qué? He's white, so I shouldn't pay attention to him. Nah, then you end up with a fucking 357 in your face. Chales. You catching me sleeping. I agree, Steph is just a mask. He is. You know what I mean? I'm not taking nothing from him. He's good. He's an all-star. But I think how people speak about him, like all this talk of like, greatest and all that, I think they're full of it. Like what the hell? Like, you feel like straight fin, dog. Even in point guard, he's not even up there, like top up there. I'm telling you, just because he can make some shots that is like, oh my god, because some of his shots that he's able to get and make, it's like, it's incredible. But I mean, no one says the same shit about Vince Carter with his dunking and everything like that. He was, no one could dunk better than him. Right? He used to have some dunks where like, that's it. And he was an all-star and he was good. But he wasn't like, you know what I mean? He's one of those. He's like a Vince Carter. You know what I mean? Like a Grant Hill. You know what I mean? Like all-stars in their own rights, but just not in that kind of conversation. You know what I mean? because that's all he could do. He can't do nothing else. You know what I mean? Look at Damian Lillard. Look, Steph Curry. I'm telling you, he could make the shot. He can't do what Tony Parker, what Damian Lillard, what those guys do when they run it in there like Derrick Rose. You know when they drive it in there. You know they're about his height and his size or whatever. And they'll take that shit up in that mother effer and But Steph Curry, if he can't find a shot from the outs, he's done. He's done. He's like, okay, next, pass it to me when I'm open. Like, just give me the ball when I'm open. Like, no, hijo. That's why I didn't like Ray Allen. Ray Allen just will stand out there for until someone threw him the ball. Like, see the difference between Ray Allen and Reggie Miller is Reggie Miller moved around. You know what I mean? He set screens. He was doing things out there. And making himself open. These fools don't make themselves open. They just stand there and just wait for you to pass them the ball. They're James Harden. That's James Harden's problem. They just want to stand there for hasta que les pases la pelota. Like fuck, move around, set a screen, like do something. Lazy ass fools. What's up? What are we talking about? Just got here. Oh, a little bit of Canelo's accent and speaking English and some basketball. You already know. About to unsubscribe Shadow. Lillard is a crybaby. No mames. How's that? He's still with the Blazers. Klay Thompson's better overall player than Curry, but pure shooter, I don't know. No, he Klay Thompson plays defense, really good defense. Really, his defense. I don't think people give him credit. Like watch his defensive game, his steal rate. He even blocks too. You know what I mean? He gives you something. Steph Curry only gives you a bucket. That's it. He's literally the one trick pony. Damn, y'all have crickets in Cali? Yes, actually, we do. We have a lot. Have you heard of Norteño album though? Yeah. The first time that I heard of it is when I did a bio video for Woody, and that's when I seen all of that on the Northern's album. They had several of those. No, there was like 5 if I'm not mistaken. The stats prove it. Not 80 personally. You like the guy. Curry breaks ankles. Thompson just pops and shoots. My boy, Curry cannot run in there and get you the points, dog. He can't. He can't. We want to talk about hands. Hands was like Allen Iverson. Hands was like, Kyrie. Kyrie has hands, but I mean, no le sirve hacer the way tampoco. Hey, at least Kyrie tries. You know what I mean? He tries to do other shit. Steph doesn't try. He just shoots. Kyrie at least tries to get in there, run for the layup. I said, wait, nah. He's like, fuck that. I ain't running in that motherfucking. I ain't running against all them fools. Shit, used to see Tony Parker do it all the time. Se la pasaba en el piso, el güey. How much they used to smash on him, but hey, at least he would get his buckets though. But see, that's how you stop the Warriors' defense though. Because all they do is stay on the outs. That's why they weren't able to win that championship when LeBron beat them. Whatever. It wasn't because LeBron had a better team, because he had nothing but whack ass players on that team. But the reason why they won is because they figured out the Warriors, because they stayed on the outs. They weren't able to do nothing else. And when you really play good defense on them, they collapse. That's why they have to be more mobile and being able to do, like, hey, I get it. You fools are good at shooting from the outs or whatever, but try some mid range. Try to like go into that way. You disrupt the other team's defense. You know what I mean? And offense and all that. Now they got to switch up their strategies and they don't even know where to go now. But since some fools ain't changing nothing, they're like, okay, we'll just stick to, covering them tight and golf is pretty fun. I actually like miniature golfing. Yeah, like I don't hate Steph Curry. I honestly I'm a fan. I'm telling you, I even have a jersey. I have a jersey of Steph Curry. Where's my jersey? I got a jersey of that vato. It's somewhere up in here. But I showed it on one of the last lives that I had. Where, oh look, my boy, I ain't lying. You know what I mean? Look, I like Steph Curry. You know what I mean? But I can't lie, homie. I can't lie. I can't front. He's a good player, but he's not all that salsa that people make him out to be. You know what I mean? He's a good player. He's just not in that category. You know what I'm saying? I'm not taking nothing away from him. You know, like I like the guy. It's just that honestly, I don't think he's like on their caliber level. He's a good player. He's just not like he doesn't have that dominant presence in the court. Because he's supposed to know like we'll just stick to him and lock him in and that's it. He's done. Compared to other players who is like if you stick to, they'll still find a way to get around you to get it in. You know what I mean? But they know that fool's not gonna run it in the paint. ¿Qué huele, carnal? Saludos y respetos to you and your family. Hey, what's good, güero? At the panderia. Hey, how's it going? What's good with you, Ben? At the pandaria? Panda. Why do Mexican gangs and black gangs escalate the racist attacks though? What do you mean? Mexican gangs and black gangs? What does that have to do with racist? Being racist though? Like gangsters themselves are not racist. They see everyone the same. You know what I mean? Like they're not assaulting them because the color of their skin. Like they don't target people just for the color of their skins. You know what I mean? Like gangs have agendas. You know what I mean? And that's not on the agenda. You know, like this racism or that's not on our agenda. You know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? Like that's we could care less about that shit. You want to know? I know black gangs and Hispanic gangs have white guys in their gangs, black guys in their gangs, Asians in their gangs. Like, so they're not racist. Racist gang groups or whatever. It's like the Ku Klux Klan or the Shining Knights or the White Wizards. You know, where they only allow Caucasians, or like the Black Panthers. You could only be black, or the Brown Berets you could only be brown or whatever. But those are like movements, anti-racist group movements or whatever. But not street gangs. Street gangs take whoever's down with the cause, and right. So there's no such thing as they're like they increase like race, because they're not racist. Just win, not just lose. My boy, do we got to bring up last year's victory? Who won last year, my boy, in the championship? I can't remember. Can you refresh my memory? Not really sure who that was that won. Who was celebrating last year? Packers. Yes, it's screen. Oh, Parker. Parker was good, man. People don't give him a lot of. Hey, that guy, and see, they hardly talked about him, and that he used to average 20 points. Killer Bucket Boys in the house. Killer Bucket Boys. What do you think about Garcia? Who do you think would win? Not really a fan of neither. Curry State or Curry better movie, Blood In, Blood Out, or American Me? I like neither of those movies, to be honest with you. I'm not a fan of neither. But I guess if I had to pick between either one, I would pick American Me. I was not a fan of Blood In, Blood Out at all. I thought that movie was like, it's ridiculous. Like from a comedy point of view, yeah, it's funny. We like watching it just to make fun of it and stuff like that. But as in like a serious like gangster movie, like no. Like no man, these for sucking fingers, sé qué pedo. Like damn, dog, what were you guys busted at? The director, where was he locked up at? Who gave him that info of these mamada scenes? Biggest gang is the American Empire. China is trying to be the top dog. Oh yeah, see, those are the true gangs. That's really battles of gangs right there. 3 letters each. No, they got colors too. You think it's not true? You think that it doesn't run like a gang? Grab the American flag. We'll call it a bandana because it's a flag, and burn it in front of a bunch of Marines and tell me what's gonna happen to you. Let me know what happens to you if you're still alive. Let me know what happened. Like, what? Why'd they get mad? I thought these lands belong to nobody. You know what I mean? I thought these pieces of lands don't belong to one human being or to a group of human beings. That's what I was told. So why are they getting mad and why are they going to war with these other pieces of land for? And why is there battles between groups and everything like that? It sounds like the streets if you're asking me. If you were to break down countries and gangs to aliens and be like, isn't that the same thing? You just describe the same things. You know what I mean? USA, that's 3 letters. It's short for something. It's like a neighborhood. But it's true though. You burn a flag in front of a bunch of Marines, they're gonna whoop your ass, my boy. You say F America in front of any of those, and my boy, you're getting your ass whooped. They disrespecting the barrio like that. Don't you be your country? Oh yeah, I meant country. White Wizard. Oh no, that's a real gang, White Wizards. Yeah, and they're actually like legit. They got numbers. Mixed, um, mixed, and fro. You're fro. You're all mixed and you're fro. James is in chat. Just got done programming. Hope you ain't slacking, G. That's right, Soto. Getting that ding in. What's your email so I can send you the song posted? Shadow Gonzalez 1257 at gmail.com. It's on if you go to my home, my YouTube thing, whatever, and if you go to About, which will be the last one on the corner, you know how it says home, video, playlist, and then if you go to About, it should be on there. I'm gonna make some from Chicago. Chicago, okay. Races, it's just that gangs are there with one race, so it comes out looking great. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When people are watching like stuff that happens in Los Angeles or anything like that, they think that it's like, oh, that people over here are racist. Like, no, that's not a Hispanic attacking. That's not a group of Hispanics attacking a black person, or that's not a group of black people attacking a Hispanic. That's a group of gang members attacking another group of gang members. It's a gang thing. You know what I mean? California, over here, Los Angeles has the most gangs than anywhere else. It's overpopulated, and stuff like that. So you're gonna have a bunch of incidents where it looks like it's black and brown versus each other, but it's not. It's gang members versus gang members. That's what it is. It's not a black and brown thing. It's a gang related thing. They're not attacking them because of the color of their skin. They're attacking them because they belong to the rival sets. That's what's going on. But see, the news doesn't understand this because they're not from the streets. They don't associate themselves with gang members. So all they see is just a group of Hispanics attacking a group of black people. But that's not what it is. It's a gang attacking another gang. But see, the news, the way that they tell it, they make it seem like, and if people that are not gang related don't chill with gang members or whatever, and if they're just viewing this, they're going to be like, oh my God, the Mexicans and blacks. When it's not that. It's gang versus gang, homie. Like you fools are tripping. On one of your lives, you should make a spread or cook something. Serio? I should, huh?
Spread.
The prison thing, the spread, the one that you're like, no, why are we gonna eat that shit for? And I was like, yeah, we ain't locked up no more. Serio? Ain't nobody trying to eat no spread out here. Depends that we're not really trying to do all that. That's what the ones that want to make it seem like they're still down and crazy, like they're buzzing, like, hey, my boy, you ain't locked up no more. Relax, stop the nonsense already. He's trying to impress everybody with his, like, my boy, we were busted, dog. That's nothing to be proud of, homie. It's not. You know what I mean?
My best friend in middle school, in high school, she just told me that her mom passed away.
Damn, it sucks.
And it was like not even, they didn't even expect it. Like
because of COVID?
No, it just happened. She didn't have COVID.
That's weird. Like a stroke or like a heart attack or what?
I don't want to ask.
Oh, yeah. Because it's too early.
But only because she had put a picture of her mom on Facebook. And, it was with the song, but in Spanish. And I don't know how to read Spanish or understand Spanish. So I just put a heart emoji, And then she texts me like, oh, she's gone. And I'm like,
I'll translate it for you.
I was like, oh, shit.
Uh, oh wait. Um, hey Shadow, have you heard of the? Nah, I've never heard of that group. Cubile homie tapping in from upstate Califas. 5:30 up in the building. Whoa, whoa, the 530. In the future is going to be Mexicans versus whites versus blacks. Setting with no, it's not. It's not gonna be no race thing. And literally, especially if you look at the times that we live now, you will see that that's not gonna happen. You know what I mean? If anything, the groups like each other more than ever now than before. So I don't think that that's gonna happen. See the problem with idiots, these people that like you see at the Trump rallies and whatever. People think that white people are racist, right? Because you see them in the rallies, you see the numbers, right? It break it down. Look at the big picture. All right. There's a rally, a Trump rally. There's 3,000 in attendant that attended that rally. 3,000. Right? Sometimes the venue's not even sold out, so it's 3,000. My boy, the smallest city in California, the smallest city, meaning the most tiniest city, could hold up to, I think it was like 8,000 or some shit like that, right? So that's not even one city, my boy, who's in them rallies. Not even one city. That's not even one city. So all white people are really racist? It's not even one city, my boy, that is there. When you're viewing it, or it's kind of like saying, if some guy's going on a rant, right, on YouTube right now. If I start going on a rant, F these guys and whoa, and I get 2,000 likes and 0 dislikes, right? And everyone's on here and I might say, my boy, does that mean that we're all racist, all Hispanics act like this or behave this way? I may think I'm right because I have 2,000 likes or whatever, but that's still a small percentage of society, homie. The rest of society could say differently, and now all of a sudden, my 2,000 views or likes look like nothing. Looks like I'm wrong now. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. People get lost in the illusion, you know what I mean? Because they see all those numbers or they see all them heads and they think, oh, F these white fools. Look how they view us. Like, why? Because 3,000 of them view us this way? Like, that's still a small percentage of Americans, homie. It's not even a pebble of America, homie. You know what I'm saying? So it's like to think that they're all like that is like, that's stupid. Why? Because a few thousand? That doesn't speak for the whole entire group. You know what I mean? When there's like, a perfect better way. That's like saying $2,000 is the same as $1 million. Is it the same? No, you're still a long, long way away from $1 million, aren't you? You know what I mean? So don't get lost in the illusion. You know what I mean? That's a perfect way of putting it. But people say, well, look, there was like 1,000 people there. Like, oh, so if you have $1,000, that means you're close to $1 million? Well, no. Okay, entonces. Come on now. But people get lost in the illusions of the internet. You know what I mean? Because it makes everyone feel like they're right. What they're saying is right, or their mentality or whatever. Like, don't get lost in the illusions. You know what I mean? Just because a few thousand people agree with you right here, that's still a small percentage of society, my boy. So just always keep that in mind, that it's still a small percentage of the world. But I guess sometimes people, forget. I don't know. Your friend, check out your hood. We get ran on by your homies. Can we say we know you get a pass by then? If you are in my hood and my homies ran up on you and you say you know me, yeah, they'll give you a pass. Because that does happen. Like, there's sometimes where, like, we're in like somebody else's hood, right? And they'll run up, his homies will run up, whatever, and be like, oh yeah, I'm from so and so. Oh, how this is, whatever. And it's like, oh, I know your homie, so and so, and they'll be like, oh, serio, all right, oh, because it's respect, right? It's because they're showing respect to the homeboy that they know, So it's like, oh, orale, if they're good. Because if they're no good, homie, you're gonna get your ass whooped, and they're gonna say, give him that message for us. Yeah, but you get a pass. If you're not doing something you're not supposed to be doing, like if you're writing on walls and stuff like that, well, then you're gonna still get your ass whooped, you know what I mean? Because they're gonna be like, hey, fool, hey, we fucked up your homie, dog, but it's because that fool was writing, or serio, and then that's when I'll be like, it's a good thing you guys did then. Like, fool should have known better. Right now, there's a war between the West, USA, and China. We'll be interested who wins. Oh, I know. Yeah. Well, we've been bumping heads with them guys since forever, though. And you know what? To be honest, wait. I mean, I'm guessing it would make sense for the U.S. to win, but I don't know. Right now, it's World War III. Nah, I don't think. I don't think that it'll. I don't think it'll get to that point where it's gonna be a World War III. Um, You know what I'm saying? Is especially right now, because it's not benefit it's not gonna benefit anybody, and they're not stupid. They know that. You know what I mean? Look, because regardless of how people want to see it, the United States is no they're no chumps when it comes to warfare. You know that's one thing we can all agree on right here. The United States puts all their money in military. That's all we ever. That's shit. That's the only thing we make weapons. You know what I mean? That's the only thing we really invest our money on. The legitimately the reason why these you know how these countries hate us, but the reason why they don't band together and attack us because they're not stupid. They know that when it comes to, yeah, they could say Americans are stupid. They can't get along with each other. They think like mind of 5 year old. You know, they could insult whatever, but they're not dumb because they know that when it comes to warfare, hey homie, the United States is not playing, dog. They're no lackeys. You know, the Chinese have, you know, a giant army too. You know what I mean? They're large in numbers and stuff like that, but they're how can I say their military is not up to pars with the United States, you know, and the United States is willing to put all their chips in the table, while Chinese are not so confident that their civilians are gonna put all their chips on the table with them because, well, you know that there's a big friction in that country, due to their being a communist country, you know what I mean? Not everyone's gonna be down with your regime or whatever. Um, if anything, there's a greater chance that you could have, like, how could I say, like, the traitors or spies or passing info or getting set up because you're a communist country. You know what I mean? So there's a greater chance that you're gonna get screwed over by your own. Um, because if they could promise them like liberty now and shit like that, then it might become you know sweet enough for them to bite. Same with Russia. That's the problem with being a communist country. When you're a dick, homie, hey, and when push comes to shove, and now you guys are backed into a corner, hey, good luck getting your whole entire team to be down with you. They're not. They're gonna be like, you know what, fuck this. We're switching teams. That's the problem of running a communist country. Yeah, they're scared of you now, but now when they see that your backs are pinned against the wall, they're gonna turn on you quick, homie. They're gonna be the ones that to eat you up. Look at Germany. That's a perfect example of that. If you were to dig into the history on Germany, and the Nazi Party and everything like that, but I mean the final years, like close to the end of the war. See how they were flipping on each other because, hey, before they were scared, when they seemed like they were rising to power, but now when it seems like they were sliding on the opposite end of the hill, all of a sudden they just were like, screw this, and that's the real reason. One of the real big reasons why Germany lost. You know what I mean? But that's what happens with these dictators. You know what I mean? It's like when people, oh, that's in anything. You know what I mean? That, hey, when people start seeing that now your team realizes, fuck, homie, we might not win this. Hey, you're out of luck, homie. They're gonna all stare at you and be like, "Sabes qué? Hey, you're on your own, my boy." Like in Training Day, they're gonna have right here. Everyone's got to put in their own work. Gang members do a text of it, so it's in the news. No, it's not. Those are not even gang members. One Flink, you're doing this on purpose, aren't you? Those are not gang members. They assume that they're gang related. Like, hey, they get a video for no audio in this video, and they haven't even caught the suspects, right? So they haven't caught the suspects. They don't know who the suspects are, right? So when they're showing the video, how do they know they're gang related if there's no audio on that video and they don't know who the suspects are? Then how do they know that these suspects are gang members? You get what I mean? So you can see where the news is full of shit. Take a good look at these men right here in this video. If you guys have any tips, please call it in. Then how do you guys know that they're gang members if you guys don't even know who they are? You scumbags. That's what I'm saying. Like they're just assuming because they're robbing people and they have guns that makes them gang members. Like no, I met a lot of people that are not gang related that are thieves. There's such thing as called criminals. They don't like gang members. They don't want to roll in a group. They don't want to share their goods that they just robbed. They roll solo bolo. Or a drug dealer. He's not a gang member. He's just somebody that sells drugs because he, wants the easy money. He's not a gang member. Just because you're robbing people or you're selling drugs, that don't make you a gang member. Stupid to think so. There's a difference between all these groups or people, the way they live their lives. I don't talk incarceration on here, my boy. You know what I mean? We don't talk about behind the walls. There are solid gang members. Those are smoke. Pill popping drug use and gangsters in your generation. Cause I know you have plenty of solid youngsters. I do. I do have solid youngsters, but yeah, some of these groups, like you say, sometimes you see this group of like young bucks or whatever, and like, oh damn, like you fools packing gun, like where you guys from? Like, oh well, we don't gangbang, homie, but we out here. Like just because they're out there with weapons doesn't mean that they're gang members. You know what I mean? That individuals, person attacking another, their morals and to be in the gang. Yeah. Sorry, guys, it's solid. Get down like that, and we don't know how the function is. Yeah, like we know, like like how it is, like we really know how it is, but just society paints this picture because and it's funny, right? Because they wanna say that these people are like this, they're like that, and all this and that, right? But it's like how do you guys know that information if you guys don't know no gang members? You guys don't talk to gang members. You guys don't associate with gang members. So how do you know that they behave this way? There was a shooting in a neighborhood in South Central, and all of a sudden it's gang related. Why? It couldn't be two people having beef with each other. It couldn't be a jealous boyfriend or girlfriend. It couldn't be personal issues. It couldn't be a drug deal gone wrong. Whatever. It automatically has to be gang related. Why? Because there's a shooting in an area where there's gangs. You get what I'm saying? Like that. Just because that happened doesn't mean it's gang related. It's foolish to think so. What comes first, the chicken or the egg? See, neither. If you know how evolution works, and you know, with bacteria and molecules, adapting to their environments and stuff like that. How it's kind of like saying, how before, the Earth was mostly water, whatever, and then as more land surface started, like building due to underground volcanoes and the lava and it cooling down and then it's stacking up on top of each other to make these land bases, whatever. So then now you have different type of like bacteria that evolves different, and now you have it, now with this kind of bacteria, and then to, like I guess how could I say like infuse and then create like different kinds of species, whatever. So then all these water creatures started losing like their fins and growing lungs and being able to like walk on land and stuff like that. So it evolves, it adapts to its environment, right? So we could say the same for like chickens or eggs. You know what I mean? It had to evolve that way to adapt to its environment, so it was a whole different what I'm trying to say is that it was a whole different creature before it was a chicken. That's how you know that which animals are related to which animals, because if you knew, people think that dinosaurs are most likely related to like alligators, lizards and everything like that, but they're more related to birds. That's crazy, huh? So like they have more in common with birds than they actually do with like lizards and crocodiles. Ain't that a trip to know that? That's a fun fact. Look it up if you think I'm lying. Oh, I could get into all of this, my boy. I don't even want to dive into this. I'd be annoying my wife with all of this shit, but I find it interesting though. From Bompton, that's right. We love the raza. See? Perfect example right there. Homie knows, you know what I mean? Like, homie knows that there's no issues between blacks and Hispanics out here, you know what I mean? See, the problem is that the world makes it seem like there's issues between blacks and Hispanics when there's not. There's no issues with us. You know what I mean? Like I said, there's Mexican people in Crips and Blood sets, and there's black people in Sureño gang. So it's like there's no issues with us in race. And the fucking news and everybody is the one like swear they want to talk for us. Like if they know what's cracking out here, like shut up, y'all don't motherfuckers don't even know nothing. And clearly, the ones that speak, without knowing, they even paint the picture like that, and it's like, fool, how do you know? Like, man, then you get your ass whipped for talking about shit you don't even know about. You spreading false rumors. Northern Six came first. Northern Six came first? What? I don't know what that's all about. Came from. Okay, I didn't. Neither came first. It was the chicken who came. It evolved that way, like evolutionally wise. So it would have to be like the chicken would have came first, right? Because it would have evolved from a different type of species, right? And then intermating and all of that. Then it became the chicken, and then the chicken started laying the eggs. So yes, the chicken did come first. But it was a process, though. You get what I mean? So if we say those original creatures were first in eggs, so would that change the fact that the egg actually came first? Oh, just counter argued your argument 626. You never bothered to see it from that end, huh? That's crazy. The reason why are we debating this? It's crazy, huh? See it that way? Doesn't it pique your curiosity?
No.
It does to me. Why? I don't know. The reason Trump won Texas last year was because of the Mexicans who voted for him. Yeah, you know what? That's true because just because you're raza doesn't mean that all raza hated, Trump or whatever the hell. It's because there's a lot of raza that hates, like me, for example. I belong to no political party. None of that shit because it's all bullshit to me equally. But I could see why people would vote more, like lean into Republican because the Democrats fuck up a lot. The Democrats are so full of shit, it's not even funny. And like I said, I'm not conservative, I'm not liberal, I'm not Republican, I'm not Democrat. They're all full of shit equally. As a matter of fact, conservatives and liberals don't even exist. You know what I mean? Conservatives are more Republican shit, call them Republican, and liberals are fucking full blown Democrats. So it doesn't even exist. They all full of shit and all that. You know what I mean? I think what it truly honestly is that both parties think that their individual side is right, but in reality both sides are wrong. They're both wrong. They both do stupid shit equally. You know what I mean? What they need to start doing is being like, is the Republicans' fault? Is the Democrats' fault? No. How about you guys just start finally blaming yourselves for your own fucking stupid ass behaviors and actions? Look in the mirror. That's who's wrong. All of you equally. Neither side is right. They're all wrong. They could come in the middle and work out their shits, but no, they don't want to because they think they're not doing nothing wrong. Neither side thinks that they're doing nothing wrong. That's why these problems are never gonna get fixed because they're not willing to admit that, ¿sabes qué, homies? Hey, I think we're fucking up. Like, yeah. And then they come and be like, hey, you know what? We've been fucking up. Well, us too. Hey, my bad. No, it's cool. We fucked up too. All right. Well, can we sit down and work together? Yes, Simon. I don't see why not. And now they put their demands in the middle, but now neither side, like you don't get, it's 50-50. It's not, 35%, this group gets 55%. Like, no. It's 50-50, homie, or nothing. And why isn't 50-50 good enough? Why do you have to get more? No, it's because they're rich. No. Don't give me that they're rich and they're pornoni vergas. 50-50 or nothing. You want, hey, even Steven, homie. You know what I'm saying? Because if my boy, they're handing out money. Like, people are like, what the fuck is this money for? You're not making things better. You're making all these fucking people lazy and relying on the government. You think you're doing a good thing by handing them money, you stupid fucks. It's like that person that thinks you can fix problems by just handing out people money. Like, it's not how you fix problems, you idiots. You're like, God damn, what's wrong with our country? I'm gonna move to Mars. Should were a couple of thousands and they control the millions. Yeah, when you rule by fear, you'll go a stretch of period where you're able to control, society, whatever. and it always happens, they're gonna rebel against you. And once they realize they could rebel against you, game over because of you. Like how you just said, the number factor plays the factor. Um, you will never be able to keep everybody in line, throughout history. You won't. History has shown us that you can't enslave a group of people, even if you outgun them or out military whatever. They're gonna rebel against you and they're gonna fight, and with time, it's gonna take a while and a lot of deaths, but with time, you guys are gonna get smashed on. You know what I mean? Because even your side is gonna get tired of fighting. You know what I mean? Because like you can't even relax. You're worried all the time and fighting all the damn time. That even warriors get tired of fighting. That's why they come to the table to discuss their differences, not because they're weenies or weak or whatever. It's that you get tired of fighting, homie. You get tired of fighting. For it could only go for so long until the people are finally like, you know what, fuck this. You get what I'm saying? Like you're not gonna be able to enslave society. Like these fools are foolish to think that that's how it could be done. Like I had said before, William Shatner said it best. Uh, for not worry, as long as humans die, then freedom will never like go away, whatever. Because all it really does take, that dictator dies, and then bam, you guys are free. You know what I mean? Even if his son does take over, but the whole point is that eventually they die out, and then you guys get your freedom back or whatever. That's what he tried to say in that. Um, but that's what I mean. And if you look at like a perfect example, the Ottoman Empire. If you look at the Ottoman Empire and all its kings and rulers that it had or whatever, that's a perfect tale of what happened to that to them. You know what I mean? They had their dictator who was a dick or whatever, with their king who ruled, with an iron fist. Then he died. Then his son took over. Then it was his cousin, and then whatever. And then till I think it was like his faraway cousin or whatever that ended up, being the next one, to, rule the Ottoman Empire. He was like, he was nothing like his family. He was like, nah, homie, no more wars, no more this. And then, he brought education and blah, 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 and time for, happy and jolly and whatever. But they went a while where it was like, fuck, these fools were slaughtering their own and it was crazy. But, those times came to an end. Evil will never prevail, is what I'm trying to say. People are like, man, what the fuck is this talking about over here? Science and history and everything like that. It's not why I came onto this channel. Hey, gracias, Johnny. No drug rule, like, oh, well, in some neighborhoods you do, like for example, like right here, like you can't smoke like methamphetamine, you get your ass booked. Or heroin. Heroin's not allowed either. And some gangs are like that. There's some neighborhoods that have rules. Hey, my boy, they can't tag in their own barrio. Can you believe that? You don't even imagine that. Yeah, but they're not allowed to hit up in their own hoods. Some neighborhoods don't allow some drugs. And stuff like that, you know what I mean? Like my barrio, we have a shitload of rules. My boy's not even funny. I remember when we were younger, man, we used to get like mad at some of these rules, man. Hey, some of the younger homies be like, hey, well, this neighborhood right here, hey, they allow it, and they'll be like, hey, well, we're gonna jump you out, and you go get jumped into that barrio. That's what they used to say. Like, damn, it's vicious. Homies were getting calentadas left to right, but that's only because it wasn't because they hated, the little homies or hated us. Because I got some of those calentadas, but it was to better us. You get what I'm saying? And they would work. Those calentadas work. Shit, I tell you. Still remember. Still remember some of them punches. But it's to better your side. You know what I mean? You dust it off and you keep moving forward. There's some fools that get butthurt, fool, and you never see them again. Like, bitch ass fool. Couldn't hang. It takes hard to takes true loyalty, commitment. Like, if you just throw away stuff like that, if you give up so easily, like, no, but I could imagine. Like, ¿sabes qué? Hey, I think I stayed solid long enough. Hey, I want to talk. Fool was only locked up for like 20 minutes. Like, shit, I'm tired of being solid already. Like, damn, homie, it's only been 5 minutes. Motherfuckers haven't even been processed yet. I know it's the truth that it is proof. It's like 13. Hey, gracias, Johnny. Hey, same back to you, camaradas, homie. American failed in Afghanistan. We ate shit. No, but see, that's the thing though. Like, what did you think that the strategy was in Afghanistan? Honestly, that was a waste of time. We didn't have no game plan in Afghanistan. We knew why we were there, and we accomplished why we were there. It wasn't to help their people. It wasn't to none of that, my boy. You and me both know why America was there, homie, and they were successful at it. They weren't there to go and help them and build up their governments and every. My boy, if there's one thing that has shown you right here of all the moves that these people make, whatever, my boy, they don't care about other countries. They don't care about other countries. They don't care about none of this. They have one agenda and one agenda only. They don't have only have one thing in mind. Can you guess what that thing is? And I'm pretty sure you know what it is. And that's all they care about. That's all this place cares about. They care about nothing else but that and that only. Land of the Free is just a disguise and a gimmick, to get them, what they really want. And throughout history, we already know what's the root of all evil and what individuals chase when they commit murders or when they're fighting for land and turfs and kingdoms and all of that, because it didn't even start with gangs. This problem has been around way long before gangs. We all know what drives individuals to do these kind of acts throughout the world. Throughout the world, there's always one culprit that pulls the strings, that has everybody doing the most heinous, sickest, horrific crimes, and for the one reason and one reason only.
You know what, babe? You should name this the history class.
Hey, it's them. They're the one asking me these questions. They know I like talking about this, and I'm gonna dive into it.
It's gonna be late night history with M.O.D.
I know, huh? It's been long enough down these rabbit holes. I really thought a female was trying to spit game. Couldn't see because of the tint, but I let them know that I go way back with some of their OGs, and they were cool after that, but they were definitely ready. What the hell are you talking about? You thought they were spitting game at you, but they were really asking you like about your big homies? Like, hey, what's up, man?
No, he's talking about when you know somebody, do you get a pass and that.
Oh!
It's because you're way off. Your phone is like so fucking slow.
No, it's not. Look, I'm right here already.
Okay, yeah, but how long ago were you talking about that?
It wasn't that long ago. Hey, I'm not a fast reader. Eh? Let's see. Diva and come back. Who did you support? Neither. Actually, I had both sides. One flint. I like both groups. Let's see. How can I say? I don't let other people's disputes affect my what I do. You know what I mean? I'm from either side like that to be like, yeah, I'm down for the West Coast, whatever. Like that's their pedo, not mine. You know what I mean? I do my own thinking around here. It's like when your brother hates you and your parents would hate you and tell you to leave him alone. Afghanistan for themselves. And, Afghanistan. Oh, but Afghanistan doesn't want to help itself, my boy. And you know what's sad though? That their reason for their country being that way is actually based around religion. Damn, that's grave, huh? That's fucked up. Some of the cult homies weird. That's not it's serio. I'm telling you, we get our structures from this government and how they run their programs. That's where we actually get our system from. If you look at how a company is run and how a gang is run the same. I'm not even lying about that. It's literally run the same. Interesting. The new is what toilet paper. Yeah, exactly. They don't know. They over here saying facts. How is that, my boy? You guys don't have the facts. You guys don't talk to the legit sources. You know what I mean? Like, how can you call that shit facts, homie? Back to the hotel. That's another good beat. Back to the hotel. Shit, that beat is fuego. Best beat. Which song had the best beat, homie, of all time? It could be West, East Coast, South, North. Which song had the best beat out there, homie, when it comes to rap? Best beat right here. Let me see the pics. Oh, what's good, Flaco? Been a while. You at work, huh, my boy? So everyone on the live list, it's for you. How everyone's just like that, like blazing, like even their conspiracy theories, like, oh, ¿sabes qué, homie? I think it was the Martians, homie. Oh, what up, my boy? Right here on this late night live, talking all kinds of lessons. Hey, for all of a sudden, fool, we want to know about history and science and all that, huh? ¿Sabes qué? And when we were younger, qué chingados íbamos a querer hablar de esa mierda. Saludos from Sepulveda up in the building, that's right. Shout out to your family and your body. Hey, shout out to yours too, my boy. Shout out to everybody in Richmond. Who did you? Oh yeah, what up, big dog? What's good, Pistol Blaster? Yeah, that's right, Pistol Blaster up in the building. Sometimes it's good when you talk about these subjects. Oh, you know, I actually love talking about these subjects. My Hannah's the one that's always like, oh, babe, why?
You're literally putting me to sleep right now.
You see, she's calling my life boring. Cabrona.
I'm gonna call your life boring.
Wait till I pump you up. A ver si es cierto. You're about to get me in 3D. There's a never-ending argument. Serio, yo. We could discuss the chicken and egg one. Woo! Who did God make first? I'm not religious, my boy. Everybody know I believe in evolution. Is my girl shaved? Nah, she still has hair, but I'm shaving. Adam didn't name that. He's got a wax on. He has the Hitler mustache right here on his eyebrows. George Washington warned us that if political parties existed, it would just drive Americans. Oh, I know. People have talked about this for years. You know, the signs and the warnings shit. If you look at most of the philosophers, they predicted the future, what it is now, how it is now. They predicted that shit a long time ago. You would think they were psychic, homie, or time travelers, because it doesn't take a genius to see that where society's gonna go, you know, just based on, you know, observing them, how they're functioning right now. You could see where they're gonna go. You could see that where they're heading to. The only reason why they themselves can't see, you know, that is because of all their bad traits, like their ego, their narcissistic persona, their sense of having to, you know, need to be right, all of that, you know. Other bad traits don't allow it to see, you know, the big picture. And you already know it's a lot easier to control people in a group than it is individually. Shout out to Richmond. It's just hit my pin. Fuck this troll. Nah, why? He just feel me. Wanted to see if I was with a sick ass pelona. The whole point is you're not supposed to let them get to you, my boy. That is the way of the Force. Get to them, they shall not. Ignore them, we shall. Listen, M.O.D, I have a feeling, and I've had it for a long time, that all these chicken burgers and nuggets aren't real meat from chickens. Okay, if they're not from real chickens, who cares? They taste good. Would you stop eating them because they're made out of something else now? Why? They still taste good. And people eat them and they still live to 100, so what does it matter what they're made out of now? They're still good. So it's irrelevant, no?
With barbecue sauce?
Yeah, like they're still good. And hey, you see some of these bastards, that's all they eat, pure McDonald's, and they're like 95 years old, homie, so.
I have not seen no 95-year-old eat McDonald's.
Yeah? You see them old guys hanging out at McDonald's all the time, like some kind of gang members.
Oh, God.
Hey, I don't know if you guys have seen where you drive through like a building or a park and you see a bunch of old guys just hanging out right there together. That's legitimately a barrio, my boy. Just like an American empire is collapsing, and it will collapse. That's why we need guns. An American empire? My boy, America's not an empire. They have no control literally over their civilians. So it's far from an empire. Maybe they would like to think they're an empire, but they're far from an empire. They legitimately have no control over their people. But yeah, don't get me wrong. I don't think they should take your firearms or nothing like that. You know what I mean? And even so, like I said, this goes back to, you know, back in history, their military, you know what I mean? There's warriors or soldiers or knights, whatever you want to call them. They had, you know, all the greatest of weapons, which at the time, like, bow and arrows, arches, stainless steel swords, and they ate good, right? They ate, healthy, nutritious food and everything. Not like, it's people who had no weapon, no armor, and they fucking haven't had a meal like in 3 days. And even with just rocks, pebbles, sticks, pitchforks, whatever, they managed to overthrow their empire just with nothing, basically. You know what I mean? But that's the thing, you're just not gonna be able to control everybody, because they had inner people that backstabbed its kings and everything like that. And their civilians just outnumber them in general. You know what I mean? It's just like it's hard to get everyone on a board. I have heroin, and heroin killed all my OG homies. Yeah, heroin is a whack ass drug. That's why I respect nobody that does it. Again, none of my respects. A lot of don't allow drug. Period. See, that's cool. Might allow some, not all. How come I never hear you show any love to Satakoy Street? Satakoy Street? There's a Satakoy Street. Where? In the A1A Valle? No. The reason why is because this would be the first time I ever heard of it. Now, I'm not even making it up or not. That's on everything. I know of the Barrio Satakoy, which stays in the 805, Satakoy. But as a Satakoy Street, nah, my boy. I even heard of like kind of says that were coming up, like Lauren Canyon Boys, Lancashire Locals, says like those, but they really didn't go nowhere. And just like says like that, but I never heard of a Satakoy, never.
Who's Cardinals?
Even Cohasset, I heard of a Cohasset. I remember a few guys from Cohasset, but man. Huh?
I said, who's Carlos?
Who's Carlos? Why?
Whoever is Carlos owes my key $235.
Damn, serio? Carlos, if you're in the building, they are here to collect their money. And you owe a lot, my boy. We'll do cooperacha, don't trip. The unsolved mystery. Just get the comment. I did? Where? Oh, you're doing this on purpose, 626. I already know your tricks. Oh, what up from Los Angeles 213 Pico Union District? That's right. Whoa, Pico Union District up in the house. WSP. I don't know if that's Pasadena or Pomona. It could be either one. Orale, homie. Shout out. Much respect, homie. Tapping in from Arizona. That's right. Shout out to everyone in Arizona. Right there. Grande, Arizona. Trigger happy. Damn. Like that. Damn, the bolsita straight good. Serio. Got everybody on here. The grocery bin? Way too many beats. Nah, you can only pick one. The best beat of all time. Okay, top 5 then. Top 5 beats.
No, top 3.
Top 3 then. For sure. Ghetto Bird by Ice Cube is one of them. I don't give a damn what anybody says right here. Ghetto Bird from Ice Cube is definitely one of them. Man, I would have to say maybe West Coast Connection had all the best beats that I could think of. West Side Connection was the best group ever. Their CDs to this day are some of the best CDs out there. And another great album that people never talk about, and foolish for them to leave it out, The Wash album. I don't know if you guys remember the movie The Wash with Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, and all of them. They came out with an album, and in that CD has some of the greatest West Coast rap songs of all time, the best beats ever. That's where they even introduced Nocturnal. Damn, that CD right there is legit. I still have my shit, hardcover and everything. Drake did some of his best work on that damn album. What do you know about regards of the history of the Roman Empire? A lot. I know everything about the Roman Empire. I love actually studying about the Roman Empire, Ottoman Empire, all those empires. You know that you see me when I'm educating myself on all that. I like reading all that stuff. Have you heard about the old school rap group Doomsday Production, Las Vegas? Brother Lynch? No, I'm not too familiar. Maybe if I heard some of them jams, probably. Uh, what are from? Is this guy a legit robot? It could be a fake account. I love the beat. The what beat? To which one though? If it was yeah, neither would I. I would still eat them. Uh, it's 82 and it's click emojis who keep them with a damn serio phone. Oh, Pico Union. What's your thoughts on other psychedelic drugs? I don't believe like in other dimensions and stuff like that because it will break the laws of physics. You know what I mean? There is like a theory that like Stephen Hawking's and Albert Einstein had like of like time holes, but I mean it was still in its early like process or whatever. They weren't able to grasp the math behind it, but maybe.
Can you continue this another day?
You're tired?
Yes, I'm tired.
My wife's pretty much telling me to end the live, even though all my friends are on here. Everyone's on here. 626, Ant, Flint. All my friends are on here. Man, sorry guys, I gotta go. We're getting onto the good part. We were about to start talking about time holes and and dimensions and psycholytics and all right, catch y'all later. You want me to put that back?